If you have Mercury in the 12th house, this is I think I'm gonna leave it as an additional video speaking specifically about the writing gift of displacement, and one of the expressions that make displacement a godly placement for a writer, as someone who has Mercury in the 12th house and is a writer. I'm a writer, a poet, and a screenwriter, and if you are any of the ones I just mentioned, or if you are a songwriter, composer, this is also the placement for that, to make someone amazingly talented at all kinds of writing, really. So whether you're a poet like me, or a screenwriter, a songwriter, a composer, this is the placement that when you get a muse or a piece of inspiration, this is the placement that it's so godly to have this for writing, because it's almost like you can get inspiration just by looking at certain colors. Okay, there's a very the eye and the mind ear with this placement are so artistic that we can look like people with displacement. They can look at certain things or certain colors. It can be really anything. It can be from food, objects, and just feel inspired in that way, or just look at something very random or a person and feel very feel like we get a muse out of this. And it's a very photographic mind as well. Like, it's a very good placement for a photographer. And even if you aren't a photographer, or at least not a professional one, or maybe you just like to take pictures but you don't do it on a professional level, maybe you don't have a professional camera, maybe you just enjoy taking pictures on your iPhone or your whatever phone you have, it's almost like your mind takes the photos with this. I'm saying this is a very godly placement for any kind of an artist, because many times I would see certain scenarios in 3D, right? And I would just get, oh my gosh, I want to take a picture of this, or oh my god, I feel like my mind really, like, literally I could write a poem or a short story about that scenario on the spot, and many times it's things maybe sometimes that I cannot take a picture, or it's certain like that doesn't allow me to. But even if I'm not allowed to, it's almost like I remember that scenario as if I have a picture of that, because the picture already exists in my mind. A very visual memory. The people here with this placement have extremely visual memory, and it can be like as simple as a woman having this placement, and she sees maybe like her little brother or a child sitting on the dinner table, eating a piece of cake or a cracker, and feeling, and all the colors are so perfectly combined in that scenario in the dinner table, that she feels like, oh, I just want to take a picture of him, of the child sitting eating like that, or I just want to paint him, or I just want to write a poem about that. Immediately she will feel inspired in her, and that muse coming to her on the spot just from observing certain scenarios and people. The example scenario with the child is just an example, and it's something I experienced. So yeah, and it can be sometimes it can be as simple, because like I mentioned in my previous Mercury in the 12th house of the natal birth chart, like I said in my previous video of displacement, that people with displacement are people of the night. They are night owls, and they get inspired the most in the night. They can get the divine inspiration from any time of the day, but the even like the most at night, like the highest vibration would be during the night usually. And so so for example, can be a poet with this placement, right? A poet, or just any kind of a short story writer. And for example, for instance, it can be as simple as walking down the street, right? Let's say that they get inspired while walking down the street, on their way to the store or something, right? It can be as simple as their, that they just went to 7-Eleven nearby where they live, right? Well, the thing is, because this placement, it's so the ability, because the portal is so open to all kinds of messages. Many of those messages contain visions. That's why the muse here operates on a very deep level, or very unpredictable. Like I said, they could have been just walking home from somewhere, or something like that, and on the way they get inspired from something, just from something they've seen or observed, right? Let's say they saw this cabin or this random house during the night, right? Let's say it was very late at night and they were walking home from somewhere, and it was they just happened to see a random house on the street with its security light on in the middle of the night, or during the night, or dark evening, if you will. The person with this placement, as soon as they get home, they write. Let's say they write about this muse or this inspiration that hit them right on the way home, right as they were notice this random house or this random cabin, right, with its lights on, right, in the night. They didn't just when they're writing, when they're gonna write about it, they didn't just write a poem or a story about a random house that they've seen. They made it. They can make simple things like a random house on the street. They can write about something as simple as that and make it sound like a whole neo-noir movie, okay? Like some sort of a Tim Burton or a David Lynch film, you know what I mean? That's what I mean that is very godly. And they might actually have a liking for that as well. They might have a liking for, they can like have, what some people would call a strange well, it's not really, it would be strange if you're doing it in public, which is people usually don't, I mean, unless they, but unless it's, because they are very private, but they operate in privacy, but they have this almost, for people who don't possess this godly placement, it might even seem strange, so they can have almost this strange fascination of staring into certain scenarios, like if they live next to, like they can live next to, and because they operate during the night, like I said, these people are no natural night owls. They can be fascinated with some simple things like the night sky, or the moon, or something as simple as watching the house next to them on the street from the bedroom window. and they might like that just watching, because the thing is with this placement they can get the things that give them a sense of serenity and peace come from things that most people wouldn't understand. They come from things that combine with the privacy, you know, like they can just watch, they just can they can just, like I said, they find beauty and serenity in things that most people won't. Like those people like the rain, especially rainy nights, and there might be kinds of people that when it's raining they feel a sense of serenity and peace and mental peace, right? And they can just watch out across the window and maybe even feel inspired, and yeah. And even then, like even if they get inspired from it and get amused, they won't just write about a rainy day or a rainy night. They will make that thing that they're writing also into a whole movie, you know, into a whole theatrical scenario, you know. They can make the things that they write be very taking, you know. Like I was told by my audience, the people that loved my poetry, that and my short stories, that they told me that when I write, it's like they're completely taken by it. Like they almost can't believe it's like they're taken to another realm. And it's Mercury in the 12th house that allowed me to do that. That allows me to do it. You know, it's great. This placement is excellent for movie directors, for film directors, and for screenwriters. Like this placement, these people can be insanely talented at directing because they have a sense of first of all scenery, like I said, with colors and the things. It's ideal because they have a great sense of colors and scenery and the angles. Like their mind is designed for it, so it's great for the film directors and screenwriters as well. These people could write and direct their own movies. Yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, and which yeah, I'm also, which is something I'm also working on actually. But yeah, so with all that being said, I was actually thinking whether I should add this in my Mercury in the 12th house part 2 or just make a separate one talking about the writing gift of this placement. I think I'll make it a separate one. Yeah, hopefully my audience and my future audience will like this video in particular because it holds a special place in my heart, this placement. And yeah, so with all that being said, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because I feel like a lot of people like my videos but they don't subscribe, because I look at the analytics on my channel. And yeah, I'm currently, I have over 20 subscribers, and my goal is to get to 50 subscribers. So yeah guys, please get me to 50 subscribers, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment, give me a feedback down below, and book a session with me. I do more readings. I can do either a private video for you for an hour, or we can video chat for an hour, and that would be $10, whether it's birth chart reading you want or synastry. So it's a pretty good deal. And so book a reading with me, and I'll see you in the next one.